Prison time, partying, drug dealing accusations, and a lot of political success from this family. My name is Eagle. I'm breaking down every item on the darkest Canadian iceberg, and the Ford family is next. Here are the main players. You have the patriarch of the family, Doug Sr., his parents immigrated from Britain, his wife Diane, and then you have the daughter Kathy. Randy is the next oldest, and then it goes Doug Jr., and Rob is the baby. Doug Sr. started deco labels and tags from his kitchen table, and it grew into a family business worth hundreds of millions of dollars. In the 90s, Doug Sr. said he wants to take a run at politics, and he runs to be a provincial politician in the Etobicoke-Humber riding. He was in from 95 to 99. His opponent accused him of buying votes, but this was never proven. He was an intense guy with his family too. He got the help of an RCMP officer to run a lie detecting test on all of his children to find out if they had stolen money from him. He passes following a bout of cancer in 2006. The one who failed that lie detecting test was the oldest, Kathy, along with her partner at the time, Ennio. They eventually broke up, and Kathy got with a new guy, Michael Kickless, a white supremacist who Ennio actually shot and killed. Ennio was eventually sentenced to 18 years in prison, which he's still serving, but him and Kathy did have a son who we'll talk about later. Kathy's had a tough go of it. She was a lifelong heroin addict, and she was shot in the face even at one point. The second oldest, Randy, was allegedly arrested 17 times before age 33, according to TorontoLife.com. He was allegedly involved in the drug trade and was once charged in relation to kidnapping someone related to drugs. He also allegedly bit someone's nose off during a fight. Then there's the baby Rob Ford, who I'll go over more in detail in another video because he's further on down this list, but he was elected as a city councillor in 2000 at around 30 years old. He really wanted to follow his dad's political dreams. Following his father's death in 2006, he starts to use hard drugs, and I'm talking hard. I'll go over more of this in that video later though again. Between 2010 and 2014, he was mayor of Toronto. He spent the next 2 years as city councillor, and he passed away in 2016 due to cancer. This is Rob's wife, Renata. She was caught driving impaired in 2016, and she went on to run for the PPC in the federal election in 2019. Then we've got Doug Jr., the Golden Goose, who is now the Premier of Ontario currently, and back when his father was handing out the company, he gave 40% to him and only 20% to his two other brothers. Doug does have a checkered past though. There's this Globe and Mail investigation from 2013 that claims that he dealt drugs in the past. These allegations were never proven, but Doug did end up suing them, so that kind of tells you something. Politically, Doug kind of worked in the shadows to start. He ran all of Rob's campaigns throughout the 2000s, and when Rob became mayor in 2010, he took Rob's city council seat in Toronto. That's when he was first elected. After Rob was no longer mayor, and then ultimately following his passing, there was a lot of rumors that Doug was going to run for mayor. He even announced this multiple times, but in 2018, he steps up for the Ontario Premier race, and he's been Ontario Premier since 2018. Buck a beer was a slogan used by Doug when he was first running. He wanted to make beers lower in price. Other than potential conflicts of interest, the Greenbelt scandal has been a big stain on his premiership so far. He was trying to develop protected land, essentially. There are younger Fords I talk about too. There's Michael Ford, the son of Kathy Ford and Ennio, who became city councillor at only 22 years old, taking over his family's seat. He's now 30 years old and serves in Ontario's provincial legislature. Doug also